Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Ball Player's Guide, your guide to everything ball. Today, we are talking about the Kansas City Royals and how much we hate them because we're jealous of them because they're actually pretty good. Last year, they finished 82 and 80, which was third in the AL Central. Um, Across the board, kind of a weird, I guess, maybe typical Royals season. They had Michael Garcia, Bobby Witt, and Vinny Pasquantino. Other than that, they didn't hit much up and down their lineup. They had some young guys debut that we can talk about more later. They pitched pretty good. They pitched all right, kind of across the board there. Fielding was all right, pretty good. Um, a very Royals team, very run of the like 500, nothing flashy, but they get the job done. They don't have a ton of names that jump out at you besides like Bobby Witt. I think everybody should know. Um, I don't know what to make of this Royals team. I don't know if they got much better or worse. They have a ton of pieces in, a lot of pieces out. They added Elias Diaz, Eli Morgan, Aaron Sanchez, Hector Neris, Josh Rojas, Jorge Alfaro, Matt Strom, Abraham Toro, Nick Mears, Isaac Collins, Lane Thomas, Alex Lang, and Starling Marte. They lost Angel Zerpa, MJ Melendez, Kyle Wright, Randall Grichuk, Michael Lorenzen, Mike Yastrzemski, Adam Frazier, Hunter Harvey. When you weigh in parts out, parts in, I feel like they come out pretty close to even across the board. I mean, a lot of them are just kind of
Yep.
depth pieces to kind of fill a spot, I guess, in case something happens. But I mean, the Royals, they're kind of turning into the new Rays almost, where they just are they're pesky and they don't spend money, that much money.
Well, they at least extended Wit, but
That yeah, they did that, but I mean, but they compete every year. They're going to be around that 500. They're just waiting for that like next push to get them over the Guardians or the Tigers. I like the young players that they have. The Jack Keg, how do you say his last name? Caglian,
Caglione,
Caglione.
Caglione.
So that first N is just silent. It looks like it should be Keglia Nunn. There's a fake N in the middle of his name. That's stupid. And then you have Carter Jensen, who's going to be coming up for him, who's one of their top prospects. Um, this team has the potential to be really fun. And that's all I have to say about the Royals. I don't have any thoughts one way or the other, I don't think.
Yeah, I think I would agree with you. I think we're kind of at the point, obviously, we're in teams 15 and team 16 where we're looking at average teams that have the potential to maybe make a wild card, maybe make a run. The AL Central's a really weak division, so I think they could compete for that title pretty easily. Like you said, they're going to pitch. I think it depends on a couple of young guys in their lineup. And Bobby Witt didn't have a down year last year by any means, but his 2024 was really, really good. So I wonder, like, if he could very easily return to that form if he's a nine more player, a couple other guys produce, and then I think you're easily talking a playoff team. But you just kind of look up and down that lineup, the back half is kind of filled of not question marks, but just young guys. Like, are they going to produce? And then yeah, like you said, like Reagan's is an ace. Um, and I I like their rotation, like their pitching. It'll be interesting. And we'll reiterate this a lot, but it's AL Central, so it's pretty wide open.
And like you were saying, Bobby Witt didn't have a down year, but a down
Seven
year
more.
compared to his year before. It was still 7.1 WAR, played 157 games. He led the league in hits, he led the league in doubles, 23 home runs, 38 stolen bases. He hit 295 with 351 on base for an 852 OPS and a 136 OPS plus. Plus, he plays a really good shortstop.
Yeah.
And
He
then
just
right
didn't
next to
slug
him,
as much
yeah,
as he has.
as much. There's still 23 homers out of
Yeah.
your
Yes. Yeah.
shortstop is pretty good.
Yeah.
And then next to him, you have Michael Garcia, who had a 5.8 WAR. He exploded last year. He hit 16 home runs, 170 hits, 39 doubles. He had what might be a career year for him. I mean, he was crazy. And then the next highest WAR player, position player, was Vinny Pasquantino with a 2.4, and he was above league average across the board too. So it's like, can they just get one other guy to step up? Like the Caglione, I think they're kind of all hanging their hat on. Like, hopefully he's the guy. But is he ever? Is there? Do I remember? Is he an outfielder, or did they just throw him out there to see like if it would work?
See, this is in my MLB The Show knowledge from this year. I feel like at one point he was a two-way player.
I know he plays some first base, but I don't know what his primary position was.
He was drafted as a two-way player, I think, because it looks like he pitched for the Gators quite a bit. But otherwise, yeah, he plays first and right.
Okay, maybe
So
I was thinking of something else then.
last year he played 52 games in right and 10 at first base, and then he DH'd 7 times.
I feel like I remember something about him like not being a an outfielder, and they just threw him out there and they were like figure it out on the fly. But maybe I was misremembering.
Was it him? Was he like the home run derby? Like he, not that he was in it, but or was he in it?
No, I don't think
Like,
so. He got called up
no,
after.
no, no, he wasn't. He wasn't in it, but people were trying to push for him to be in it. Now that's starting to come back to me, and people are like, no, because he hasn't done anything.
98th percentile arm strength, by the way.
Negative 1.3 WAR last year.
Yeah, I don't think he had a lot of struggles down the. I mean, he only had a 532 OPS. I think the league kind of figured him out a little bit. So it'll be interesting to see what happens for him this year. I think he's going to be great. He's only 23. I think he's going to be just fine. And then you have this other kid, Carter Jensen, who came up and played really well in 20 games for them last year. If you look at his stats, they got Isaac Collins from the Brewers, who I think that's a really good pickup for him. I think that it's going to give some good depth. They just signed Starling Marte. Lane Thomas is going to give him some depth. I mean, this team could be good. Like I think, like you said, they're going to pitch really well. Can they hit enough to be good? Joey, your thoughts?
I think as far as AL Central goes, this could easily be a first place team. Um, I think it's going to be really neck and neck between the top three teams, and I could easily see them coming out on top. Um, I like the lineup. I think Jonathan India has a little bit more in him as far as average. Um, he's not going to blow you away with a big power season, but also everyone on their bench can play a little outfield. Everyone's listed as an outfielder, so that's kind of cool.
No backup catcher.
Yeah, that's a little
I just realized
Carter
that
Jensen.
they have Elias Diaz, Jorge Alfaro.
Carter Jensen is a catcher, I believe.
Is he?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Okay, that makes me feel a little bit better.
yeah.
But I was like, no backup catcher is a bold choice, especially when you have Salvi back there who's
Yeah.
36. Yeah, I don't know what else there is to say about the Royals. I mean, the Royals are the Royals. Their bullpen's going to be really good. I think just looking at some of the names that they got, I think they could be top one of the top bullpens in the league, especially with Carlos Estevez back there at the closer role.
West Fargo. It's West Fargo, right? Matt Strom.
Yeah.
Just looking through their system to see if there's any old friends that we might have missed.
Brandon Drury.
Stop.
Kevin Newman.
Stop.
I hate Kevin Newman. I have a grudge forever against him.
Why?
Because when I was like 15, I think he accidentally followed me on Instagram. And I was all jazzed up because, like, oh my gosh, an MLB player just followed me on Instagram. And then he unfollowed me, like, right away. So,
Old
Maybe he was
friends Eli Morgan and Hector Neris. Good Cubs right there.
great Cubs.
Old friend Jose Cuas.
What is, I guess, what is their ceiling? Like, do we think they can get 90 wins?
No. I see him as like an maybe.
I see him as like an 87, 88.
Yeah, I do too, but I think that also wins you this division. That's
I think
the
so too.
state that it's in. So
Yeah. I think 88 or 89 is going to win the division. I don't think you have to get 90 to win the Central.
But I think that I also don't see him like a bad year for them. Like I don't see him like I don't know. Even at worst I could see him around 80 wins. I just don't see him getting below like you know much below 80 wins. Like if it goes wrong for I just think they're just a solid team in a bad division where they're gonna be fine. And if couple things go right, couple players go off, then they could easily make a run to win the division.
Can Kyle Isbell hit just a little bit, please? He's such a bad hitter, but he's such a good defender that if he could just hit league average, this team, I feel a lot better about this team, just like from their perspective.
would you rather have Kyle Isbell playing center or well, actually I should rephrase that. I don't know how to phrase this question because it's leans all over the place. I was gonna say, would you rather have Kyle Isbell or Luis Ariz on your team?
Oof.
Well, it's got to be Luis Ariz.
Because
I
production wise, you're getting like double at the plate
I think you
of
take
Isbell's numbers. But
it's it's
defensively,
it's what you need. Like I don't know if the Royals get demonstratively better with a rise over
I'm not
Isbell.
saying just the Royals in general.
I
I'm
know,
just
but I'm
saying,
saying like that's my like thought process right now. Like I don't know if you slot a rise in at second base over Jonathan India, right?
mhm.
I don't know if they get that much better. Like if you take out Isbell and plug in Arise production.
They probably, yeah, and they probably value defense too much to even put him at second.
Yeah. Good question, Joe.
Thank you.
The exact same OPS the last two seasons, 654. That's really good. Not.
Kind of know the ball player he is at this point.
Yeah, you know what you're gonna get.
Yeah.
Crazy defense and a noodle for a bat. You guys want some trivia questions for the Royals?
Yeah.
hmm
I have two. In 2025, the Kansas City Royals had two players receive MVP votes for them, Bobby Witt Jr. and Maikel Garcia. They also had two players receive MVP votes in 2024. Can you name those two players?
Bobby Witt.
Good one. Good guess.
Um,
I want to say no. I was gonna say I want to say Vinny, but I think he was hurt most of that year, and then he came back for the playoffs or something like that. Was that
He
24?
played he played 131 games that year.
Was
He
that
might have been
20?
hurt at the very end of the year.
Yeah.
Or 23 he played in 61 games. So it could have been that year too. I don't remember.
Whatever
Sal
year the Royals beat the Orioles, I think was the year he was hurt, and then he came back right for the playoffs.
That would be
Salvi wouldn't have been good
2024.
enough for MVP votes.
Uh,
We just maybe we were thinking when they wouldn't have a pitcher with MVP
Yeah, I
votes.
was gonna say, is it Seth Lugo?
it's Seth Lugo,
Okay. I should
an
have thought that
MVP
down.
15 for second
He
place
was
Cy Young,
he
Seth
was good.
Lugo. Gold Glove winner Seth
I gotta
Lugo
look
too
up
that year.
that
How about
year.
you? 16-9 with a 3 ERA and 33 games started, 206 and two-thirds innings pitched. This is a dog. Faced the most batters in the majors that year. That rotation was gross.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Between Lugo, Carl Ragans, Brady Singer, and Michael Wacha. That's pretty dang good. And last trivia question for the Royals. In the 2015 World Series, Joey, are you good? You fighting your demons?
You just keep going. So
Just don't pay any attention to the man behind the curtain. In the 2015 World Series, two former Twins got at bats for the Royals. Who were they?
is Drew Butera on that team?
Drew Butera was on that team. Oh my goodness, Joey, you're gonna make me throw up.
It's it's still not charging, so whatever. I
That's
might
crazy.
disconnect here soon, but
That's fine.
yeah.
Drew Butera was on that team. He's one of the two players. The other one is a very forgettable twin.
Is it Kendrys Morales?
It is
Yeah.
Kendrys Morales, one of the worst free agent signings of all time for the Minnesota Twins.
That
Who
was
then,
no.
yes, look at his numbers as the twin. It was atrocious.
He
I remember
joined the
being
team in the middle of the year
I remember being
because
so
nobody
excited
would
about
sign
that.
him.
Whatever it was, he was awful.
I need to look at that contract now.
It
Traded him
was
away for Stephen Pryor, who never pitched for the Twins, but
horrible. And then he left the Twins and became good again. Stop me if you've heard that story before.
Twins gave him 1 year, 12 million. That's hilarious.
and then he played 40 games and
And
traded
was
him.
trash. Horrible. He's one of those players I have a grudge against for being bad with the
Okay.
Twins and good with other
He
teams.
he also signed in June.
Yeah.
So he literally didn't have a spring training, didn't have 2 months of the year.
You
Okay,
getting
this
paid
is
$12 million, go hit a freaking baseball guy.
this is crazy, but I'm pretty sure when he signed, I think we were playing like a Cal Ripken game or something. And I remember just we were talking and I can't believe I remember this, but we were like actually like kind of excited about this.
Yeah.
We were kind of excited about the signing. We're like, hey,
We were
they
like,
did
this
something,
guy
huh?
hits nukes.
Yeah. Like, he's a good ball player.
He's
And
got
then
the
he hit
chubbiest
he
face
hit
of all
one
time.
home run. My guess is
The chubbiest face of all time.
Mauer got hurt. So they were like, oh no, we need a first baseman because that was the first year he moved to first. So it was probably like a
Bauer played 120 games that year.
never mind. What do I know? Not a
Not
whole
much,
lot.
apparently.
No.
Josh Willingham got hurt, so maybe they needed him to play left field.
He was on the 2014 Royals.
Kenny Vargas was the DH, so maybe they just didn't want him to DH.
Yeah, that's valid.
Chris Parmelee, negative 1.1 more that year. Not a good year for Chris.
Kubel
Hey, but
negative
if you look at
1.3.
his
Talking Twins.
picture,
Talking
Look at his-
Twins on the Royals episode.
look at can I speak? My goodness, I'm struggling right now. I'm just really giddy about this. Just look at if you want a good picture, look at Chris Parmelee's photo on Baseball Reference.
I've seen that before. It's a
and look
good
at that
picture.
stash.
That's a strong man. You can tell that's a strong stash.
With the Marlins hat on too.
Yeah,
Never appeared in a big league game with the Marlins, but he's
Yeah.
got that hat on. He's repping
Must have
he
been his last like
spring
minor
training.
league camp invite or something.
New York Yankees. What are we doing? Parmelee played 6 games for the Yankees, 4 hits, 2 homers. They gave him 8 at bats, and he went yard in 2 of them. He almost had a 2 OPS. Are we serious right now? Ryan, let me
Typical
know.
New York Stankies. Stupid idiots.
Chris Parmelee could have been the next Greg Bird, so I don't know what.
Oh, I know why they didn't keep him because they had a 30 home run Aaron Hicks in right field.
Yeah.
So that they didn't need him. And they had a 40-year-old A-Rod at DH.
Yuck.
But I think that's the year he retired middle of like mid-season.
Yes.
Yeah,
It makes me so happy that he was like that bad his last year and he
it
kind of had to retire.
brings me joy. All right, well, this has been Talking Royals.
kind of. Talking
Next
everything
episode-
else with a little bit of Royals.
Well, that just shows how much we hate the Royals. Next episode, we're gonna get into a really interesting team, the New York Mets, and we got some things to say. I think I'm with the New York Mets. So we will see you guys there.